Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and let me go ahead and pull this up on my iPad so I can see your guys' comments. Alright, so let me get this set up on the side. So somebody asked me if they could, if I could make an Oolar figure, and so I decided to go ahead and buy all the parts possible to make the Oolar figure. So I went online and it's funny, the person told me all the parts I needed. So I'm like, okay, that was pretty easy. And I forgot all about John Cena's lower legs. And that's the piece that was missing in my mind to do this. So I was looking at potential Goldberg, or I was looking at potential Ric Flair for body parts. And then for the feet, we're just going to grab Oolar's feet to toss them on there. So let's go ahead and get started and see if we can make this thing work. Let's do this thing. All right, so first off, I know it's going to be really hard to get these feet off. Let's just start with that. I'm going to toss them in the hot water so we can start with the hardest and get it at least going. Now, I probably want to steal the loincloth too, but I'm not going to in this particular build, but you guys can do that later if you choose to. But let's go ahead and open up another Ric Flair. Ric Flair! And I got them on sale. Which is pretty cool, but it was the last one they had, so I didn't post a link because there were no more. So I think I got him at Target or Walmart or something. I forget exactly where I got him, but there he is. There he is. And let's go ahead and get Rick open. Now I heard there's a a Muhammad Ali figure of this. I need to find that. When I was a kid, I was a huge fan of Muhammad Ali. I used to watch the Muhammad Ali cartoon. Ali, to show him wrestling an alligator, and it was just the coolest cartoon ever that I can remember when I was a kid. I loved watching it, and so it was pretty cool. But let's go ahead and get Ric Flair out of here. Ric Flair out of here. Now, Ric Flair comes with a plethora of extra hands, so if you need extra hands, Ric Flair is your man. Look at this. Look at all these hands as well as some sunglasses. I forgot who the sunglasses came from, which is funny because I keep finding them all over the place in my bedroom. It's like, hey, more sunglasses. But now I know they came from Ric Flair. Where are my scissors? Scissors. Oh, I don't have any scissors in here. Oh, there's some. I already stole some from my wife, so I'll just use the ones I took from her last time I couldn't find any scissors. Oh! Tumbling. Alright, let's see who's on here. We got Juan Soto, we got Master Farr, we got the Rickster. We got a lot of people here. Brian Buckingham, thanks for joining us. Feet can be 3D printed. Yes, they could be. Good call. Good call, man. And I watched the Mr. T cartoon. Yes. Mr. T was pretty cool too. There's the sunglasses. See, look at all those hands. You got open hands for both sides, fist hands for both sides, all kinds of stuff. All right, time to lose your bathrobe, dude. Oh no, not my bathrobe. Now, one thing when it comes to what was I thinking now? Oh, his loincloth, it's not supposed to have any belts on it. His loincloth's supposed to be completely beltless. Oh, I gotta get my Boxo parts. I'm just gonna grab a regular He-Man loincloth for now, but I'm eventually gonna, if I was gonna keep this figure, I would eventually put this loincloth on him from the actual Oolar over the top of it. But since I'm not making this figure for me to keep, it's just a demonstration for somebody else for color matching with the stuff he prescribed. There it is. Here's a loincloth. Bloop. So let's get those feet off first, because that's going to be the hardest thing to do. And actually, pull from the heel, Todd. I know better. Pull from the heel. There we go. All right, so now we need to get his boots off. And I'm just going to dunk him because I don't want to have to worry about that. I'm going to take his head off. And we are going to dunk him too and start pulling him apart as well. Get in the hot water. All right, so while we're waiting for those to all cook, I want to talk about my cool background here. I did find out where it came from. Is I was getting ready to toss some more boxes, and lo and behold, dun, 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 I was right when I said it came from this He-Man, the Masters of the Universe figures. And here's one right here. You can see where the box has the cool fire and stuff. Now, it did take a lot of editing to get it to work just right to fill my whole entire TV set there. Ooh, ah, and how cool that is. And of course, I animated the fire too. Anyway, I just forgot where it came from. Memory lapse. Which I'm getting more and more of those as time goes on, it seems like. It's a scary thought. Now, I did buy an extra Goldberg figure at the same time that I bought, who is this guy? Ric Flair? When I bought Ric Flair, because, to save on shipping. You gotta save on that shipping. We don't want this. We don't want this. Go on back in there. We want, I want to switch the feet first so I don't make the mistake of, okay, so they do not match very close in color. They are quite a bit off, and they look monstrously huge. He's got monster feet. The monster mesh. And you want to aim them towards the front of the foot. There we go. Look at that. Giant clod hopping feet. It's like almost he has little brown boots on. Anyway, I want to take off. Oh, yeah. Not a good plan to use these. I've seen people use Stratos' feet for the cartoon, the comic book Stratos. That might be a better plan. I'm not sure how close they match. Now, granted, Stratos doesn't have toes, but he does have different things going on there. And let's pull these legs off. I guess I could put the... see how close the color is. Not super close. So it is probably going to require some paint if you want to go this route. Probably not a lot to do the color matching. Loop. Get on there. There we go. That's quite the crazy looking Oolar figure. Now again, I would put the other loincloth over the top of this. And I'm just going to use this standard Prince Adam head here, which I think is probably actually a He-Man head, so it looks more tan. Oolar, Oolar. Wow, that was a pretty quick build. I was not expecting it to go so fast. You're like, wow, I tuned in for a 5-minute build. Yeah, you kind of did. Sorry about that, you guys. Anyway, so there is our Oolar, just kind of quickly tossed together. Perfect? No. But a pretty quick build nonetheless. So if you wanted to make an Oolar figure, you got to get a John Cessna figure so you can use his lower legs. And then from there, you can get different kinds of feet. I happen to use the regular Oolar feet, but there are other Marvel characters and other figures you can get the feet from and steal them from them. And then I use the Ric Flair body, the He-Man loincloth, and Prince Adam head. All right, let's see the questions on here. Ric Flair did some customs with him. Nice. Okay, that's a prototype. There we go. Thunder Stomp He-Man. Let's Let's just see how much bigger they are. Oh yeah, the boots squish his toes quite a bit when he binds them. But now we know. Now we know. So the person who asked for this is how I would do it. Again, I would also take this loincloth, if you have an Oolar anyway, and just sand around it once you get it off to slide it onto here. I look kind of big on there, so it's kind of a little strange, but there you go. Who is he? Oolar is an original He-Man, the one from the comic. Let me show you here. Let me show you who Oolar is. I happen to have the 4 original comics here. Only careful because this is wet. I don't want to get my comics wet. And I think it's this one here. There we go. Dun, da, da. There is Oolar right there. That's what we're trying to make. And there he is in action. Action, action, action. And then, oh, this is so cool. See this right here? I am trying to make this cave. I'm pretty excited about it. My wife and I talked about it, about making a cool cave to go along with the figures. Maybe get you a fun plaything. But yep. All right, let's check out your guys' final comments. And would a wash look good on it? I suppose a wash would look good on it. Like I said, the colors don't match super well with the wash. Probably would help give it more consistency on it. Now, again, I'm not keeping this figure this way. This was just to show someone how it could potentially go together because they asked. And so I thought, you know what? I might as well try it. So I'll probably be reselling. You know what? I might just finish them and sell them on eBay and see how it goes, just for kicks, with the large giant feet and everything. And if it doesn't sell well, then I'll put them back and sell John Cessna the way he was. Seen as. Oh, my feet! Which is funny. I have so many extra Oolar feet. It's ridiculous because I always turn them into 2000X He-Man figures, and so I usually, from this point down, I usually change them out. And look at this, no pinholes. How crazy is that? So if you wanted to use these pieces for repair pieces, you'd have to actually get inside here and cut it to get it out of there. The Fright Zone could work as the cave. It could. Does the Flair figure match the face of Vikron or Masterverse? Well, let's check it out and see. There, the Rickster. I just happen to have. Oh, doesn't look like it does. It's a little bit browner, but let's take a look. I'll try his helmet doesn't come off. I was gonna pull his helmet off. Oh, that doesn't sound good. I want to heat his head up before I pull it off, but I'm gonna mess the armor up, getting it all wet. It's funny. They make these heads that are supposed to be removable, but sometimes you find if you try to remove them as is, you end up ruining the neck pegs on the figures. I can already tell I've made this one a little loose just now a second ago, and I heard it kind of snap a little bit. That's always scary to hear a snap sound when you're trying to pull figures apart. So we'll just stick them in there, give them a little... That head came off easy. Ugh, tight. You know what? That does match pretty well. Look at that. I didn't think it was going to match, but I was mistaken. That actually matches quite well. Cool, cool. Dun da da. Dun da 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 da. So you can easily use your Ric Flair to create your these guys here. So you can even take and pull this off. I know this is not what the video was about, but since we're here and since the Rickster asked, and look at that. You could slide all those on there, make them fit. Let's give him some regular boots though. Let's swap out the loincloth again with a different colored one. Oh. Let me look for a different loincloth and some better boots. Let's see. Oh, it's red. I don't want red. I want a dark brown one. Look at this. I got different colored Skeletor boots. Gotta find the right ones that match so I can put them back on my other Skeletor that I pulled his boots off of. Ooh, here's a nice brown boot. It's kind of more reddish though. Hold on, I'm digging. You know, 2000X parts would look really, you know what? Heck with that. If you're gonna make your own figures that look like this guy here, I would just use a 2000X He-Man. I mean, he's already got silver bands. He already has brown loincloth. And let's just see how the parts fit on him. What the heck? Oh, this actually hook around. Hook around. He's even got the brown boots already. So if you are planning on using your parts from Vikron, I would just use a 2000X He-Man. Let's see how close the skin tone is. Maybe the skin tone doesn't match. That would stink. It doesn't match as well. So I guess you're right. You would want to use the Rickster body. And then you'd pull off this loincloth, these boots, and use that. That would look really cool. I'm not doing it though. I'm just going to check the wristbands so I can make it stretch onto his wrist. Because this video is all about making Oolar, even though we're doing other stuff now. Oh yeah, look at that. Fits on there no problem. What the heck? We're this far into it. No! Oh, now I did it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ugh. Come on, Zibetta. Get out of there. Too tight. Where are my paper towels? I have spilt water all over the controls. There we go. Alright, let me look at your guys' comments. We're waiting for that to heat up. Todd doesn't understand when to quit. But Oolar was never mentioned in the mini comics. Yes, they never called him Oolar. That was actually a 2000X thing to call him Oolar. Not 2000X, I mean a Classics thing. So I had to give him a different name. So that is But you know, I really like using, actually, I'm kind of glad that you asked this question because this is a great way to use, okay, let's see if it has gotten hot enough. My temperature is getting way too cool. Come on out of there. You can do it. Don't break. Don't break. Don't break on me today. Oh, I should heat it up again. Oh. Oh. Get your butt cheeks in there. Ah, I gotta heat it up. Okay. Oh. There we go. And you know, this would be even cool to make your own Vikron or Vikor custom too. Using that Vikor head that I bought the other day, using the same body. That could be pretty cool because I know the skin tone should be pretty close. Look at that. The browns almost match perfectly. Oh, whoever's idea this was, Rickster I think it was. Great idea, man. I know, you guys are getting bonus. This was not the intent of this video. Where's the battle axe? The old battle axe. Oh, it's kind of tight in his hand. There we go. Oh, it's just such a far stretch to get the hand to hold it. It's pretty wide. That's gonna get knocked out of his hand pretty quick. All right, let's get these bootstraps off. Pull him up by his bootstraps. That's funny, it says left and I had it on the right side. Shows what I know. Unless this is one I didn't pull apart and was still from Mattel that way. Dun 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 dun. One more leg strap to go. Cool. Cool, cool. All right, so for those that just tuned in, I used a Ric Flair body, and I used 2000X He-Man limbs. No, 2000X He-Man loincloth, and that was it. And boots from the Origin series. Fit. You can do it. So those that don't know, that's from Tony Little. He used to sell the Gazelle, and I always laugh because I have a Gazelle and I use it all the time, and it's kind of my wife's and my joke when I'm on it. With the Tony Little, you can do it. I'll have to tighten it later. Let's just see how it looks. Coolness. Great idea, Rickster. There we go. Look at that. All right. Horky Dippy, thanks for joining us. Mike, thanks for being here. We are doing good. Anyway, so I know the video is supposed to be about how to make your own Oolar. We did that already, and then I pulled it apart because I found something else that sounded more interesting, and there we go. And that is it. I think I am done at the video now. Yes, Oolar is from the first mini comic. I will show you guys again. Again, they didn't call him Oolar. It's this guy right here. Which I thought was so dumb they called him Oolar. They should have just called him He-Man, because that's what they call him in the comic book. I know Oolar is supposed to be one of the He-Man figures, but whatever. I guess they thought Oolar sounded caveman enough to use. So, if you find a Ric Flair on sale, there's a lot of things you can do with his body for matching. So that's so cool. Alright, I guess I should put this guy back to normal. We'll give Oolar back his parts. Can he stand on those little feet? Let's see. Oh, almost got it. The problem is there's little bumps on the bottom. It's funny, I sold this guy originally when I first bought the ring for it. So if you guys want to see how to make the Oolar figure, you can go ahead and watch the beginning of the video. The coloring didn't work too well, but the concept was there. We'll just put those back on Oolar's legs. There we go. Oh, I gotta put his feet back on too. There's one. Where's the other one? There it is. Let's see. My Ollie says nothing but Ric Flair for extra parts. $4. Ooh, $4 a piece? Heck, buy a ton, man. You can use them for all kinds of things. I've already made a couple customs out of them. He's got a pretty good skin tone, it looks like. A nice neutral one. All right. Let's see, the curve goes on the inside. There we go. No socks, man. You just living on the edge, aren't you? I'm probably not going to keep this figure. You know what? He'd make a cool Hulk, though, because he's got the short pants with the belt on it. All right. I think that's it. Let me double check. Any more? Oh, you got 3 of them. Nice. Todd, can you paint the arm cuffs on the Origins figures? I have before. Let me go grab the figure I painted the cuffs on. I'll be right back. Alright, so I went and got the He-Man Prince Adam 2-pack a long time ago when it came out. And I ended up using his body to create a 2000X He-Man out of it. And then I sold him. Then later on I was like, man, I should have kept that. So I went and grabbed a regular He-Man and I just painted the orange cuffs yellow. You can see there's a little scratch that happened on there, right there, where you can see the orange underneath. But I actually liked it better because he's more tan like he was in the cartoon or the comics. Then I used Man-at-Arms mid-loincloth and Man-at-Arms feet in order to make it look more like the right coloring. Now, when I made the 2000X He-Man, of course, I kept the head and I kept the vest, so it's really easy to make the custom since I had the parts that were specifically unique. So there we go. There we go. So that's not the original one. That is actually my custom version of it. All right. What yellow do you use, Hebro? Oh, it was so long ago, I don't remember the yellow I used. It was just one of those cheap yellow paints that you get in the craft store, and I put lots and lots and lots of clear coats on. But as you can see, it still ended up breaking through. I think that's so cool. I like this a lot. Which is funny, I was really not a fan of the new Vikron, but sticking him in Origins is actually kind of cool. I like it better than the Masterverse, actually. But, of course, I'm not going to keep him this way because I need to get my 2000X He-Man back together. I think it's funny they put the pocket on his butt. It used to be right here on the front in the original toy. That was one of the questions we used to ask back in the day is, what does he keep in his pocket? Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? I used the wrong hand on here. Didn't I? I did. Look at that. I used the big old fatty hand. There we go. You know what? I should just use the big old fatty hands on both sides. Then he can hold his axe. And it matches better at the wrist cuffs anyway. Ugh. Oh, yeah. That looks way better anyway. Now he can hold the mighty axe. Oh. I know, stealing Masterverse figure parts in order to make my Origins better. That looks cool. That looks cool. I thought Vikron was the first He-Man design. So that is some interesting questions. Let's talk about it. I happen to have the Power and Honor Foundation book. Now my video is going way too long. For being a short, quick little, here's how you make an Oolar figure to the history of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Okay. So here is the Power and Honor Foundation book. And in the beginning, we had this character here, which was an original He-Man concept, and he is Vikron, obviously, and there was, you can see there kind of the Beast Man kind of look, Skeletor kind of look going on there, and this was done by Mark Taylor, so that was kind of cool. And then at the same time, Roger Sweet was working on taking and making the figures, and he used Big Jim figures and added clay to them to add muscles. Let's go and find that picture now. There it is. And there's the concept, is he was going to have 3 different particular ways you can have your He-Man. Space, Barbarian, Army guy. So you got your G.I. Joe, you got your Star Wars, and you have your Conan the Barbarian. And that was kind of his pitch. And these were his Big Jim figures with, and he grabbed a Boba Fett head and put it on there, and grabbed a tank head and put it on there. You know, it's just kind of funny, just a quick pitch. So those were the first concepts of the He-Man figure. Now we did see they did make a cool concept figure of He-Man as well, which is like, here's right here. And they actually made a figure out of something like this too, and you see he's got the helmet on. The helmet. I don't think this one has a picture of that figure though they first, oh there it is. There's the first He-Man figure, and of course he's not articulated. but he is so awesome looking. What I love about this figure is just the way they, oh, that's not the light causing the problem. The way they built the shoulders right here. It looks so cool. This is my favorite part of this whole entire figure right here. These shoulder areas. I wish they could have kept it that way, but they couldn't because of articulation things. But you can see the original figure of how they were going to do it. Now, I did make a custom of this because somebody else did it here on the channel, and I decided to copy them. And let me go and show you my cool custom of him. Now, it's not exact, but it's kind of fun. Again, I use a 2000X body, as you can see. And very similar looking to now our other figure back there, our Vikron. So there you go. And usually have a battle axe in his hand too. So, fun stuff. It's funny, watch this. Oh, here's the battle axe. It's in his back. And I actually sanded down the battle axe because it was made for Masterverse figures. So I took and put it on a spindle and spun it down with a drill so it fits in his hand. But look at this. His hair, I pulled it off. Ah! Ah! I had to sand it down to make the helmet fit on there. Yeah, I really like the concept He-Man figures a lot, as you can tell. So I might even keep this guy this way. I love that. That is so cool. Now I have to go out and buy another 2000X. I think this was one from the 4-pack too. I think it was. Let's take a look at the armor here. Oh yeah, see, it's got the red painted on it. This was from the 4-pack, not the inexpensive release. So I may have to do some changes in order to revert them back to the cheaper version. Yeah, I know. Got to take the armor off. But I thought the armor looked cool, so I just kept it on there. But yes, to be true to the thing, his cuff should be orange too, instead of silver. But anyway, I'm leaving it on. Actually, I should change this all around, because really he's 2000X except for the head. I should make this the 2000X one and take all the parts and stick them on this one. The coloring is just slightly different. The idea was mine again. Ah, of course, the Rickster. Yep. You got some good ideas, man. All right. Anyway, that is all that I have. Yes, Roger Sweet was one of the founding fathers. Yep, him and Mark Taylor. Oh, my light is dead, but I got some more. I know this sounds crazy, but I am loving my new background on my TV. It's so cool with the animated flame. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, thanks, Charles. I'm glad you guys have fun. Yeah, it's fun for me too. All right. Until next time, good journey, you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for joining me. You always make it more fun by asking questions. And let me see if I mixed anything else. And the Rickster, thanks for all your ideas, man. He kept a snake. Yes. Vikron's original He-Man by... Nope. Vikron by Roger Sweet. That's correct. And Vikor was the Mark Taylor one. Yep. Todd, can you paint the arm cuffs? Oh, already covered that one. All right. I think I covered most of your guys' questions. All right. Good journey, you guys. Bye now.